All right, let's dive right into this explainer. We are looking at the absolute brutal, ongoing battle between extreme weather and your home's heating and cooling systems. Specifically, we're focusing on the totally unique, honestly intense challenges faced by homeowners in Maple Heights and the greater Northeast Ohio area. If you've ever sat there wondering why on earth your furnace quits on the absolute coldest night of the year, or why our AC decides to freeze up during a July heat wave, well, you're in the right place.
Okay, here is our roadmap for today. We'll cover the lake effect challenge, the anatomy of a breakdown, demystifying standards, the three-step solution, and finally, an essential maintenance guide.
So, part 1, the lake effect challenge. Let's get into it.
It's the million-dollar question, right? Why do these massive, expensive systems just give up? Well, according to the pros at Ace HVAC Cleveland, the answer really lies in this intense, dual threat that local weather throws at your equipment. It is a total geographical double whammy. Think about the brutal seasonal dichotomy you're dealing with here. On one side, you've got those snowbelt winters. January temps in Maple Heights regularly drop below 20 degrees. That forces your furnace to cycle constantly for months on end just to keep up. But then, on the flip side, summer rolls in with this thick, heavy humidity straight off Lake Erie. That moisture literally suffocates your air conditioner, making it work totally overtime to wring the water out of the air before it can even think about cooling your home down. Now, the environment is just one piece of the puzzle. The housing stock itself is a massive complication. You know those mid-century homes around Libby Road and Dunham Road, built between the 40s and 70s? Well, their original ductwork is basically completely undersized for today's high-efficiency equipment. And when you mix that with the shifting clay soil we have in Cuyahoga County, which literally moves foundations and pulls duct joints apart, you are looking at a perfect storm for air leaks and severe airflow issues.
Moving on to part 2, anatomy of a breakdown.
So, a cracked heat exchanger. This is absolutely one of the most dangerous casualties of that winter battle we just talked about. It happens because all that constant on and off cycling during a brutal winter simply exhausts the metal in your furnace, especially if that unit is pushing 15 years old. The metal expands, contracts, until eventually it just snaps from the fatigue.
And the takeaway here? This isn't just an annoying breakdown. It's a massive safety hazard. A cracked heat exchanger leaks deadly carbon monoxide directly into the air that's blowing through your vents. There's no quick patch job for this. It requires an immediate, complete system replacement to keep you and your family safe. No compromises.
Okay, let's flip over to the summer side of things. High humidity mixed with bad airflow can actually cause your AC's evaporator coil to freeze solid, literally a block of ice. Now you might think, hey, ice means it's super cold, it must be working great. But no, in an AC unit, ice means the system is choking. You are going to notice this the second your vents stop blowing cold air. It might just feel like lukewarm room air, or honestly, nothing at all. And if you just ignore it and hope it goes away, the system is going to force itself to work harder and harder until a compressor, which is basically the heart of the air conditioner, completely burns out. What could have been a simple airflow fix suddenly turns into a huge, expensive nightmare.
Okay, Section 3. Demystifying HVAC efficiency standards.
If you're in the market for a new system, you're going to hear the acronym AFUE thrown around non-stop. It's actually pretty simple. It just measures furnace efficiency. It tells you exactly how much of the fuel you're paying for is actually turning into heat for your house versus how much is just literally going up the flue as waste.
And 80% is the magic number here. It's the minimum AFUE standard required by the Ohio Board of Building Standards for any new furnace. So, 80% becomes heat, 20% is lost. But keep in mind, high-efficiency models today can hit 95% or even higher. That means almost no wasted fuel, which, you guessed it, translates to way lower utility bills over the lifespan of the unit.
But here's the thing, all that efficiency is totally useless if the size of the unit is wrong. To avoid the disasters we just discussed, real professionals use what's called a manual J load calculation. This ensures your new system is perfectly matched to your home's square footage, your windows, your insulation, the whole shebang. If it's too big, it short cycles and wrecks itself. Too small, it runs 24/7 and never actually gets the house comfortable. Getting the size right is literally half the battle.
All right, Section 4, the three-step solution.
So how do top-tier local experts actually handle these emergencies? Well, they follow a pretty strict three-step process. First up, fast dispatching, often the same day, because let's face it, losing your heat during a blizzard is a literal emergency. Second, they diagnose the exact root cause and give you an upfront flat rate quote so you aren't hit with surprise fees. And third, They fix it using quality parts, and they thoroughly test the system before walking out the door. It's a structured, no-nonsense response to what usually feels like total chaos.
And finally, Section 5, Essential Homeowner Maintenance Guide. Let's get proactive. A well-maintained HVAC system in Northeast Ohio should genuinely last you 15 to 20 years. Furnaces usually push closer to that 20-year mark, while ACs tap out around 15. But actually hitting that milestone, yeah, that's entirely dependent on whether you're following a few super simple, totally non-negotiable rules. Like this one. How often should I change my air filter? It is the #1 question we see. And the answer is absolutely critical if you want to avoid those frozen coils and cracked heat exchangers we covered earlier. Seriously, airflow is the lifeblood of your entire system. You've got to swap that filter out every 30 to 90 days. If you've got a house full of pets or bad allergies, definitely lean closer to that 30-day mark. And here is a super easy pro tip. Just pull the filter out and hold it up to a light bulb. If the light can't pass through the filter, the air definitely can't pass through it either. Swap it out right then and there so your system can actually breathe. Here's another one. Do I need a whole home humidifier? When you're battling those bone-dry Ohio winters and your furnace is just blasting constantly, the air inside your house gets incredibly, uncomfortably dry. Adding a whole home humidifier is honestly a total game changer. By keeping your indoor humidity right in that sweet spot between 30 and 50%, it doesn't just eliminate static shocks and dry skin. It actually protects your hardwood floors and expensive furniture from drying out and cracking. And the best part? Balanced humidity makes the air feel warmer, which means you can bump that thermostat down a couple of degrees and save on your heating bill. Total win-win. So what do you need to do before the heavy lake effect snow arrives? You need a solid pre-winter battle plan. Get a professional out there to inspect that heat exchanger for cracks. Remember the carbon monoxide risk we talked about? Throw some fresh batteries in your carbon monoxide detectors. And please, just walk around and make sure your vents aren't blocked by the couch or a rug. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with this. Extreme weather isn't just something that happens outside, it's an active force attacking your home. So is your HVAC system truly ready for the battle, or are you just kind of ignoring the warning signs? Look, don't wait for a January blizzard or a July heat wave to find out the hard way. Take control, check those filters, and prep your home today. Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer, and we'll catch you next time.